Imagine a playground full of kids playing on the swings, going down the slide, laughing, smiling, where you can see their faces without masks. Imagine a classroom full of students learning, questioning, actively engaging with their teacher. Hi kids, it's me, Miss K, for all of you in all of you who are in my classroom, or all of you kids across the globe who have learned to navigate through the virtual classrooms on screen. I have an important message for you. So put on your listening ears. Do you have your listening ears on? Okay. Because the world is changing. Nothing is black or white. We live in a gray area where uncertainty is the norm. Look at us. Even with our superpowers, we cannot defeat this invisible virus alone. We must all wear masks to cover our faces in public so that the bad germs don't spread to our friends, families, and neighbors. We have to put our alter egos aside and work together, because our invisible enemy does not have stereotypes. It affects the old, like your grandparents, the young, like you. It affects every denomination. It affects the super wealthy and the people who live in relative poverty. It has no economic strategy who it targets. It does not go after color. All colors are affected and attacked by COVID-19.
How can we help?
We must all do our part by social distancing when we're out in public, at the stores. If we are at, let's say, Best Buy getting a gadget, we should stay 6 feet behind that person in line and wait for them to allow us to go in. While in line at the grocery stores or going to check our mail. And we do have to practice social distancing. It is our duty as mandated by our mayor, governor, and even the president of the United States. But the United States is not the only country affected. This is a global pandemic spreading from country to country. And we need to take these necessary steps to prevent COVID-19 from spreading even further into our population. Even though people in our community may not dress alike, nor people around the world may not have similar ways that they dress, we all have basic needs such as food, clothing, and shelter to stay healthy. Think about how our world used to be. Now, we all have our superpower. And though we have a superpower, this virus is very scary and can destroy us all. But fear no more, because we are all in this together.
Starting in March of 2020, we found out about this global pandemic of the COVID-19 virus. It has changed the way we do things, changed the way we do things in our homes, our communities, and at school. Listen up, kids. Are you putting your listening ears on? I want you to hear a very important message from Miss K. COVID-19 is a crime against humanity. And we must fight this together and make better choices and changes in our lives so we can do so. The people who have jobs that are flexible are allowed to work from home. But there are many people that this invisible disease has affected directly, because the people that do not have flexible jobs and cannot work from home have lost their jobs. Millions of workers are out of work. This is the hardest hit since the 1930s. It is an economic crisis. If we cannot afford to pay our basic bills, such as our mortgage and rent, electric, light bill, internet, and groceries, then we certainly can't afford to go to the store and buy things that help stimulate our economy, like Xbox, gaming things, boots, and costumes. Because this invisible virus is airborne, it can get entered through our body, even in our eyes through droplets. That is why we must make changes and be very careful about what we do and how we choose to do it. The virus has caused us to open our eyes and realize that we are not invincible, even us superheroes that we once believed we were. All superheroes have a kryptonite.
Fun fact! Superheroes are strong!
We are aware that we have to wash our hands for at least 20 seconds every time we wash our hands. This is changing the way we socialize. We can't go out with our friends like we used to. We have become accustomed to being in front of a screen versus all the hugs and the handshakes and the high fives like we did in class. Though technology in the 21st century is completely awesome, there is one setback, and that is virtual technology does not allow us the warmth that we feel when we do hug our friends, family members, and loved ones. We are not able to interact the way we used to.
Just can't hear what we learn.
Advancement in the 21st century has allowed us to create virtual classrooms and how we view our teachers' lesson plans and how we do our assignments. But is this the new norm? Has this serious virus created a change in how we do things forever? This is uncertain, and this uncertainty scares us all. But doctors, nurses, and researchers are working very hard to stagnate and hopefully possibly end COVID-19. Quarantines and lockdowns have become mandatory, not only in the United States, but all across the globe. Did you know that in France, if you were caught outside without your permits or work documents, you could get fined up 1,000 euros? C'est dommage, mais c'est la vie. In South Africa, soldier troops are there to make sure everybody obeys the lockdown and curfews. Even in the United States, returning from other countries must self-contain for 14 days. That's 2 weeks. 1, 2. Did you know that every dentist are even having to change the way they operate their businesses and do things? For example, before you go to the dentist, you are required to fill out a questionnaire regarding symptoms of COVID-19. Then upon entering the building, they take your temperature using an infrared thermometer to make sure you don't have those symptoms. It is different the way they are treating patients. They wear their mask inside as well as the patient. But it is necessary that they take these precautions for safety of us all. And it was till recently that Mayor and Governor Abbott had allowed operations to work under a limited capacity upon entry. So all of you were getting excited, I know, for your pre-K graduation. And guess what? The senior class of 2020 in high school and college were also getting excited. But these graduations will not be the same. Instead of walking across the hall, walking across the stage to get your diplomas and awards, you will now have to get your diplomas and awards online on a virtual screen. So that is a different way. We can't celebrate with our loved ones after the ceremony by giving them hugs and high fives. This is creating distance between people, and people get sad because they can't hang out with their friends the way they used to. And that's okay. If you want to talk to somebody, even superheroes need help from their community members and friends.
I am an everyday hero.
This week, kids, guess what? We're celebrating Nurses Week. Not just here in the U.S. like New York, who got hit really hard, but all across the world. Nurses are being celebrated for their hard work and being one of the frontliners in the world of the unknown. We will all now have to change the way we think and adapt to what we do. We will have to make these changes. We have to accept our changing environment. And guess what? Any age can be a superhero. A person of any age can be a superhero, even you. What makes a hero super is the power to change. So let's contribute and do our part by wearing our mask in public, by staying at least 6 feet away from the person next to us, besides us, in front of us, or in back of us, and by staying safe, by staying home. You don't have to dress like a superhero to be a superhero.